What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tarps Off. Fucking what the hell? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tarps Off. I did a review for the February 17th NHL Games for your Saturday. So 13 games on, I think. Might be 12. We're going to start off with the Blue Jackets and the Sharks, regardless. So in the first period, 3:39 of the first, Anthony Duclair opens up the scoring for the Sharks unassisted. Rensky would score at 15-16 from Goudreau and Roslovic. Kirill Marchenko would score for the Blue Jackets at 16-24 from Chinnikov and Gilbranson, former Canuck. Second period at 7:14, Dmitry Ronkov would score from Chinnikov and Gilbranson, former Canuck again. Duclair would score his second of the game at 7:33 from Zetterlund and Addison. And then Zetterlund would score one of his own at 15:29 of the second from Addison and Granlund on the power play. Third period, Boone would score from Goudreau and Ivan Provorov at 19:47, and that's how the score would stand. Blue Jackets won that one 4-3 overtime was there. Moving on to Philadelphia and New Jersey. In the first period, Nico Hischier scores 32 seconds in from Andre Palat and John Marino. Toffoli would score, former Canuck, from Braden Smith and Jack Hughes at 13:30 of the first. Second period, Owen Tippett puts the Flyers on the board from Konechny and Zamula at 7:43. Braden Smith would score from Andre Palat and Nico Hischier at 16:36 of the second. Basham another one for the Devils at 17:48 from Meyer and Lazar, former Canuck. Tippett would score from Konechny and Frost on the power play at 18:23 to finish off the second period. Third period at 2:48, Nico Hischier scores from Jesse Bradden and John Marino. Nick Seeler would score from Scott Lawton and Sean Walker at 9:07. The Hischier goal before that was at 2:40 the third. And then at 18:15, Nathan Basham scores from Hala and Lazar from McCuck into the empty net. The Devils take that one 6-3. Moving on to the Capitals and Canadiens. So in the first period, at 3:40, Anthony Mantha scores from Alexei Protas and Nate Jensen, former Canuck, I believe. Arbor Zaka, I think is how you say it. I still don't know how. At 5:04, he would score from Joshua Roy and Yoel Armia. At 10 minutes, TJ Oshie would score for the Capitals from Dillestrom and Ovechkin on the power play. Second period at 16:15, Newhook scores from Yoel Armia. Third period, Sonny Milano pots one for the Capitals at 3:27 from Pacioretty and Edmondson. Suzuki would score for the Habs at 9:45 from Slavkovsky and Matheson on the power play. And then Alexei Protas would end it off at 11:57 from Nick Dowd from McCuck and the Capitals take that one 4-3. Ducks and Maple Leafs, not a good night for Anaheim. Okay, here we go. In the first period at 3:41, Matthews scores from Nyes and Marner. Bobby McMahon would score at 6:06 from Robertson and LeJoy on the power play. Okay. McCabe would score from Nylander and Domi at 10:33. Vetrano would finally pot one for the Ducks from Strome and Silverberg on the power play at 11:32. 17:37, Nylander scores from Liljegren and Matthews on the power play. Second period, Matthews scores again at 50 seconds from Marner and Nylander on the power play. Bertuzzi would score at 2:51 from Matthews and Liljegren on the power play. Matthews would score to complete the hat trick at 5:39 from Nyes and McCabe. McMahon would score his second at 17:58 from Max Domi and Liljegren. Third period, Strome would score from Lindstrom and Kaloran at 15:36. And then at 19:54, Robertson would score from Bobby McMahon. The Leafs take that one 9-2. So I think that was a 5-point night for Matthews. Sure. Why not? Yeah, Toronto takes that 9-2. So brutal game for the Ducks. Preds and Blues. So we're going to move over here. First period, at 4:11, Colton Sissons scores unassisted for the Predators. Kyrie would tie it up at 19:05 for Robert Thomas and Torrey Krug on the power play. Evangelista would score 13:09 of the second period from Jeremy Lauzon to give them back the lead. Third period at 6:48, Forsberg would score from Yossi and O'Reilly on the power play. 17:51, Luke Shen, former Canuck, would score from Ryan McDonough and Kiefer Sherwood. Nathan Walker would score from Kevin Hayes and Nick Leddy at 12:52. And then at 18:28, Roe Riley would score from Nyquist and Forsberg into the empty net. The Preds did that 1-5-2. Alright, Sabres and Wild. Okay, Sabres, go ahead jersey on here. First period, no scoring. Second period, there's no scoring. Third period, 39 seconds in, Casey Middlestop breaks through from Shokiharu, I think. The assist to him. 4-2, Eriksson scores from Kirill Kaprizov to tie it up. Chisholm would score at 11:21 from Johansson and Rossi on the power play to give the Wild the lead. Dylan Cousins would tie it up at 19:23 from Greenway and Thompson. And then Jokiharu would score the overtime winner at 1:29 from Tuck and Thompson. The Sabres take that one 3-2. Moving on to the Panthers and Lightning. An identical score to one before. First period, 24 seconds in, Hagel scores from Cirelli to put the Lightning up 1-0. Montour would tie it up at 7:01 from Bennett. Bennett would score one of his own, 12:28 from Tkachuk and Kulikov. Stenlund would score for the Panthers at 17:44 from Lomberg and Mahora. Forsling would score unassisted at 18:38 to cap off the first period. Second period, Matthew Tkachuk makes it 5-1, 23 seconds in from Barkov and Montour on the power play. He would score again, from putting another one at 1:37 from Verhaeghe and Montour on the power play. Third period at 1:05, Verhaeghe would score from Bennett and Tkachuk. Bennett would score his second at 1:56 from Rodriguez and Lundell. Verhaeghe would score again, completing... the second goal of the game from Forsling and Reinhardt. And then at 10:51, Point would score from Kucherov and Hedman on the power play. 9 Florida goals, bookended by 2 Tampa Bay ones. Florida Panthers take that 192. That's another brutal game. Anyways, Detroit versus Calgary. So in the first period, at 14:56, Patrick Kane would score from Mort Seider and Robbie Fabry on the power play. 15:59, J.J. Compher would score from Lucas Raymond and Alex DeBrincat. Second period at 5:12, Dylan Licker would score from Patrick Kane and Shane Gostisbehere on the power play. 6:41, David Perron would score from Andrew Kopp and Joe Veleno. In the third period at 15:40, Raymond scores from Mort Seider. The Red Wings take that one 5-0 over Calgary. Edmonton and Dallas. First period, no scoring. Second period at 1:08, Marchman scores from Johnson and Duchesne on the power play. 2:03, Bouchard would score from Ekholm and Perry. 4:47, Thomas Harley would score from Matt Duchesne and Yuri Heiskanen. 65, Perry would score from McDavid and Draisaitl. 18:42, the second, Ryan would score from Nugent Hopkins and a shorthanded. Duchesne would score from Marchman and Harley in the power play at 19:02, the second. Third period, there's no scoring. Overtime, Bouchard scores from Draisaitl on the power play 30 seconds in. Edmonton takes it 4-3. Alright, Sens and Blackhawks. So Chicago actually got a win for change. First period at 13:29, Nick Foligno scores from Khrushchev and Bedard. Stützle would then score for the Senators at 15:57 from Drew and Joseph. Second period, Chychrun would score from Tarasenko and Stützle on the power play at 8:13 to give the Sens the lead. Bedard would score his first after returning from injury in his second game back, 16th of the year, from Khrushchev at 10:54. Third period, Dickinson, former Flack, would score from Johnson and Anderson at 18:08 to win it for the Blackhawks, 3-2. We'll take that one. Alright, LA and Boston. So we're going to go here. First period, 8:03. James Van Riemsdyk scores from Frederick and Shattenkirk. 11:02, Matt Watt would score from Trevor Lewis and Andreas Englund. 14:45, JVR would score again from McAvoy and Pasternak on the power play. Second period, 13:04, Anthony Richards scores from Boquist and Laco to put the Bruins up 3-1. Gavrikov would score for the Kings at 16:38 from Brandon Clark and Pierre-Luc Dubois. Third period, Ferrier, was scored at 5:51 from Dubois and Byfield. Frederick will score another one for the Bruins at 7:12 from Geeky and JVR. Isaac Kopitar scored 18:25 from Doughty and Arvidsson on the power play. And then in overtime, Brad Clark will score from Dano at 4:33. LA takes that one 5-4 in overtime. Alright, Carolina and Vegas. So in the first period, Marchessault scores at 10:15 from Nick Waugh and Ivan Barbashev. Second period at 1:21, Svechnikov would score from Jarvis and Pesce. Third period, Jarvis scored 19 seconds in from Stahl and Shea on the shorthanded. And then Nosen will score from Kakanyemi and Natchez at 6:19 in the third. Carolina takes it 3-1 over Vegas. And then my least favorite game of the night. First period between Vancouver and Winnipeg, no scoring. Second period, 19 seconds in, Noah Juleson scores his first of the year from Garland and Mikheyev. Nice to see Juleson getting a goal. At 5:16, Vladdy would tie it up from Scheifele and Piant on the power play. 9:25, Monahan would give the Winnipeg just the lead from Velarde and Scheifele on the power play. And then at 14:19, Myers would score and assisted for his fourth of the year to tie it up. Third period, Velarde would score again at 7:47 from Connor and Scheifele. And then Scheifele would score at 9:42 from Connor and Schmidt, former Canuck. Winnipeg takes it 4-2. But that's one game, and I know Noah Juleson took the blame for it because he did a few miscues that led to goals. Anyways, it is what it is. Vancouver's still first overall and first in the league across the board, so we're going to move past it. Anyways, that's it for the February 17th NHL Games. Subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.